Ursula, oops. Have you seen my tie?
Your tie?
Yes.
Relax.
No, I can't relax.
You know, I always find anything you lose.
I'm German. I'm German.
Find it.
No tie, no go.
Let's search. Let's search.
Oh, that was a bit too much for me. What are you doing now?
I just have to be okay.
Actually, we were searching for
searching.
my tie.
We will find it. Cord, I found it.
Where is it?
You are wearing it.
No.
Look, you were just too nervous this morning, pulling your shirt together.
Amore, grazie.
Prego, volentieri.
You know, I think we have to be correct. But what about the time? We better should leave?
Yeah, but before we leave, Cord, I want to do one test.
Oh, test?
Yes. I want to see if Siri knows what's happening in Hamburg today.
Siri is a funny person, I think, because yesterday I asked Siri for a connection from Hamburg to Athens. You know what the answer was?
No.
I should contact Malaysia Airlines.
Sometimes Siri is a little bit confused.
Yes, and expensive, I think. It's a long flight.
Let's try it. Let's see what she says. Hey, Siri. Can you tell us what's happening in Hamburg today?
Hamburg Aviation Conference. Think future. Can I join?
Yes, of course you can join. Thank you.
Yes,
Come in.
I think she's flying in from Asia too.
Who knows? Let's see.
Yeah, but I think we better start working and walking and not playing, because we should be on time.
But, Cord, I was waiting to get at least some appreciation of my outfit today.
Well, it's fine, just okay, yeah, just can walk. Oh, these funny glasses, you can't wear them. They are for Cologne or Dusseldorf next week for Carnival, but it's not for the conference, of course. You know, it looks like children's glasses.
Cord, did you think I just come here with any normal sunglasses?
Yes, and that is how they should look like. German sunglasses, or maybe Swiss sunglasses, look like this. Proper glasses.
These are really smart sunglasses. They are the latest tech from Silicon Valley.
Oh.
And whilst you were searching for your old-fashioned tie...
Oh, that's not friendly.
I was actually already taking a little movie of our guests at the Hamburg Aviation Conference with these smart glasses.
Don't exaggerate. Here in our living room are no guests. Maybe the little cat, but that's all.
But, Cord, you know, I don't know what you've been doing last year, but the world we live in, everything is possible everywhere now. And our guests can be with us in our living room, and we can be with them in our living room and at the conference at the same time. That's the future.
It might be, but I don't believe a word, because I don't see any people and I don't see any movie. It's our picture in the wall.
Shall I show you the movie? It's on my phone. I will try if I get it for you in a bigger version. Let me see.
Always playing.
Just so that you believe me.
Oh, there's your mirror.
You see?
And people in our living room.
Yeah, I think we better get on our way.
We should leave now. Proper attire, important in Germany.
Yeah.
No sunglasses for me. We should welcome our guests.
Good morning, everybody. A very warm welcome to the Hamburg Aviation Conference 2018 Transformation, Flight 018, to the future. We really look forward to 2 exciting days together, thinking future and innovating together.
I would like to present your moderator and managing director, Ursula Silling.
And I'm very happy to present my beloved co-moderator, Kurt Schellenberg. And I have the great honor and pleasure to announce the pioneer of the Hamburg Aviation Conference and CEO at Hamburg Airport, Michael Eggenschwiler. You want my glasses?
No, I think we can, although I think it's the third day in a row in Hamburg with sunshine, which we honestly haven't had for quite some months, I would say. So sunglasses are maybe okay, but having seen what you can do with it, I would leave that to others. So, ladies and gentlemen, a really warm welcome this morning here in this lovely hotel, in this lovely room, historic. And it's my pleasure to welcome you to this year's 21st Hamburg Aviation Conference, where today and tomorrow about 200 experts are meeting for the purpose of thinking ahead. Think Future is the theme of this year's conference, and I know just how much we are all looking forward to stimulating thoughts, fresh ideas, and intense discussions on the fascinating subject of transformation in global aviation. Together, we want to hear what the experts have to say and learn from practical experience. We are here to familiarize ourselves with important technical developments and trends in digital transformation. Hamburg Aviation Conference has a unique function as an innovation hub. The people that gather here each have extensive individual knowledge acquired from daily practice. Sharing this knowledge with other people from their own industry and beyond is a special characteristic of this Congress. The world in aviation is currently in a phase of intense transformation. Let me give you three examples. First, people are enjoying the mobility that they have acquired and are flying much more often than they used to. This applies in particular also to private travel. And looking at ourselves in Hamburg, with an increase of 1.4 million passengers in 2017, Hamburg's growth, just these 1.4, is equivalent to about half the year's passenger number in our neighboring airport in Bremen, just our growth. So I think those numbers show that mobility is there, people are traveling, and I'm sure that's going to continue. It's become part of our life, and that's something we're basically all looking forward to. Second, with the new fully automated baggage drop, Hamburg's passenger will benefit from even more independence and flexibility at departure. The aim is to bring passengers to the plane without time-consuming processes. 10 brand new self-service bag drop kiosks have just entered operation with us and have a very good acceptance by the passengers. 4 stations go along with it that have been installed for automated check-in. And the self-bag drop system is based on the international CUS standard. This allows airlines to deploy their own applications on the self-bag drop equipment around the world without having to redevelop or adapt each time. So our system will go for any airline which will basically be able to add on to this system. Thirdly, numerous airlines are changing their operational processes, which also means adjustments for passengers and for airports. 3 examples. Eurowings no longer offers priority boarding. Wizz recently introduced a charge to allow trolleys on board, and later changed this again to allow them in the cabin for free. And for Ryanair, Hamburg ground handling staff recently had to take 98 trolleys from the aircraft door, carry them to the loading bay on the apron, and stow them in the hold. The reason was that Ryanair has introduced a new baggage rule as of this year. Only 1 small item of cabin baggage is permitted. Let's see how long that will last. 3 examples show that the role of the airport is changing from a provider of infrastructure to a facilitator. In the past, an airline had its own station manager, its own check-in staff, its own on-site ticketing specialists, and so on and so forth. It organized all of its operations basically on its own. Today, many services have been digitalized and are offered to passengers as technological services, and some specific services are outsourced to external service providers. With this shift in system, responsibility for the overall service provision on the ground has suddenly become a matter of the airport. Willingly or unwillingly, the passenger sees it that way, and I guess we're all working for the passenger, so it's not something we can just move aside. The passengers, of course, notice this change because they are experiencing it live. And the airports are well advised to take care of what the passengers need, and that means adapting. You will have no difficulty imagining how the various airlines differ in just looking at the way they handle cabin baggage. The rules change from no trolleys to all 2 items of bag cabin, different sizes, different weights, it's all there. But it's just not that so many ground handling processes differ so widely from airline to the next. So much rules and so much changes in these rules. And to make it even more complicated, such rules are basically changed within days, and then you're required to just move along with it. This may be for operational reasons, but it may also be a matter of an airline's unique selling proposition. So more than ever, an airport is required to maintain both standardization and differentiation on the ground, whilst ensuring comprehensive communication with all stakeholders. We see it as an essential task of the airport to network and intermesh the workings of the various systems. The passenger on the ground expects fast and efficient security checks, a comfortable stay at the airport, smooth boarding, a punctual flight, and a rapid delivery of his bags at the end of his journey. Today, this also includes a comprehensive digital information to help the passenger throughout the journey. And with our digital strategy, we are acting in the interests of our passengers, putting that in the focus. A significant building block is the EU project PassMe, which stands for Personalized Airport Systems for Seamless Mobility and Experience. Hamburg Airport and Amsterdam's Schiphol Airport are pilot partners for this project PassMe. Under the leadership of the Delft University of Technology, European experts are investigating means of making the navigation experience for the passengers at airports more efficient and more pleasant. In the long term, innovations developed as part of PassMe are aimed at reducing the time between the passenger arriving at the airport and leaving to the destination within 60 minutes. The German Aerospace Center and the Hamburg University of Technology are also involved in this project. A total of 12 partners from 7 countries are working together on this project. As a practice partner, Hamburg Airport is implementing the project's innovations for testing purposes. And in conjunction with the modern gate design, which hopefully you'll be seeing or you have seen, information on the boarding procedure is projected onto the walls around the waiting area using beamers. Useful information relating to boarding will be shown there as a test period of approximately 1 week. The projection of information is intended to accelerate the boarding process in a pleasant way. And I'm personally very curious to see how this test will run, and even more curious to see how passengers will accept it and what their reactions will be. So from customer to provider, we at Hamburg Airport are planning also the introduction of a virtual control center where we can combine the operational data. The data will then be made available to all involved in the ground handling or in the all-over handling process, and this will effectively bundle all relevant information for all systems and all partners. We will want the data flow to be standard for rapid and punctual ground handling. At the same time, we are promising our customers and visitors that we will maintain the intense personal contact. I believe in these days where we're all talking about digital, we should not forget that there is also a human touch, which luckily I think we can't transfer yet into digital. And with all the enthusiasm we have for the fascination of digitalization, relationships matter to us, and we care about providing competent people to speak on site. In the future, we will still be able to position ourselves as a quality provider, taking responsibility for customers and visitors, and acting in the interest of people, especially when help is needed. This year, we're attending, as I mentioned it, the 21st Hamburg Aviation Conference. We have gladly, once again, entrusted the organization into the capable hands of Ursula Silling and her team of XXL Solutions. And over the course of the past 12 months, she has expanded great effort in bringing current issues and interesting speakers to you here into the Speicherstadt in Hamburg. And she has placed great value on interdisciplinary, cross-industry mentality with fresh ideas, new approaches to solving problems, and I think that goes beyond just wearing new sunglasses. I wish to express my heartfelt gratitude to her and our co-moderator, Kurt Schellenberg, as well. I would thank our advisory board who supports us throughout the year with many ideas to make sure we can provide you with an interesting and challenging program. Of course, such a program is not viable without our sponsors, and I should like to thank them as well. And we have some sponsors who've become traditional sponsors, so even there you see we're moving along, and we thank you very much. For you, the participants, I urge you to make sure to discuss with our speakers among yourselves, make sure you can network, you can learn today passionately and critically, because I think the openness is an important feature of this gathering, and if we want to be known as an innovation hub, I think it's important that we really get into discussion. So take the chances, speak up, interfere, and make sure that the more lateral thinking across a department, a company, I think is something we can only learn of and gain insights on. And think of yourselves as what you are, speakers and expert debaters who have come from all over the world, inquisitive, innovative, and ready to learn. I personally look forward to fascinating contributions on the subject of Think Future and to a very lively Hamburg Aviation Conference 2018. Hopefully, you will also have time to spend a bit of outside time in the Hafen City. I think you're right in the center. You have the new Elbphilharmonie within walking distance, within sight distance. So I hope you get to see part of it. And I hope for those of you who have come from areas that are slightly warmer than we currently have, that you've brought along your really warm coats, because you'll need them, but it's worth it. And the sky is never bluer than when it's cold in Hamburg. Having said that, it is now my pleasure to announce a video greeting from Senator Frank Horch, the Minister of Economics, Transport and Innovation of the Free and Hanseatic City of Hamburg, who unfortunately cannot be here today in person, but it was important to him also to send his greetings on behalf of the government. So I say thank you for your attention, thank you for being here, and now we should be hearing Senator Frank Horch. Thank you very much.
Dear Mrs. Silling, dear Mr. Eggenschwiler, dear ladies and gentlemen, It's a pleasure for me to welcome you via video to the Hamburg Aviation Conference. It has become a fixed part in aviation experts' calendar around the world. At this point, my very special thanks goes besides the airport Hamburg and its representative, Mr. Eggenschwiler, to Mrs. Silling, who once again perfectly organized this aviation conference. I'm very aware of the significance of this annual event that you, dear Mr. Eggenschwiler, have already launched in 1989. As a strong signal of the aviation base of Hamburg, with more than 40,000 employees, Hamburg is one of the world's largest sites in the civil aviation industry. Companies based in Hamburg's metropolitan region include the aircraft manufacturer Airbus, the maintenance company Lufthansa Technik, Hamburg Airport, and more than 300 specialist suppliers here around. 5 of Hamburg universities offer courses of studies with significant aviation-related components. Beyond that, the Center of Applied Astronautical Research was shortly established as a network project of the aviation enterprises, industry associations, research institutions, universities, and the Hanseatic city of Hamburg. Therefore, it is consistent that the aviation conference brings experts, managers, and mentors of the aviation branch together just here in Hamburg. This year's conference topics is Think Future. That motto reflects the unique identity of the Hamburg Aviation Conference impressively. Think Future means free thinking, open discussions, and a diversity of conceptions. In this respect, the conference offers the opportunity to discuss topics like innovations, digital developments, new industrial strategies on the demand of the customers in order to meet the challenges of the next 20 years. Dear ladies and gentlemen, from my own experience, I know that the Hamburg Aviation Conference, with its presentations and discussion points, is an event that gives you impulses for the aviation sector. I wish you a stimulating and successful conference day. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much, Senator Horch. More than 18 years experience in building high-growth, tech-enabled businesses, including Expedia and WorldSpan. Now she is Chief Marketing Officer at IBS Software, and we look forward to her keynote speech, How Innovation Changes the World. Bratati Ghosh, welcome.